Great news, slapping enthusiasts. Vasily Kamatsky, the god of slaps, has competed in another slapping tournament a couple days ago. Unfortunately, it's not as good as the first one. I'll be upfront about it and be honest. It's not as good as his last tournament, but sequels are never as good as the original, except in porn. It's still fun, though. It's always nice watching Vasily Kamatsky slap the penis off of anyone that challenges him, and he does that here for sure. Let's just go ahead and get right into the video.
Здесь все устраивает. Свой огород, все вот это вот как-то вот так вот.
The video starts with giving a brief lore and history of Vasily Kamatsky, giving his origin story like an X-Men, you know. He was asleep for thousands of years, but the nuclear weapons testing during the 1900s awakened him from his slumber. Now he's back from his slumber and training for more slapping competitions to once again bring balance to the earth through his palm. And it's nice, yeah, it's cool to get a little more information about who Vasily is. I think that's cute, but I can't help but feel it's a little out of place for something that's supposed to just be another slapping tournament. It gets very pretentious. The background music makes it sound like some type of Ford commercial during the Super Bowl. It just, I think it's just out of place. It's cute, and I like learning more about the Kratos of slaps, Vasily Kamatsky, but I think it's just not good in this context here.
Здоровый парень. Кирилл Терешин. Выходим сюда. Аплодируем. Давай, пошел.
This is Vasily's first opponent. Some of you may recognize him. He's kind of an internet celebrity. I call him the Saint of Synthol. His name's Kirill. For those that don't know, Synthol is an injection that stupid douchebags give themselves to make their muscles look huge, but it always ends up looking like cartoonish fucking water balloons and bubbly garbage. And 9 times out of 10, Synthol usage kills the user. Kirill is still kicking. It almost seems like he's fucking feeding off of the Synthol power. Like his body is no longer composed of any blood. It's now just Synthol running through his veins. But anyway, let's see how he fares against Vasily. This brings me to my next complaint about this slapping tournament they held here. I hate how they draw it out for this like hype buildup where they have a Kill Bill sound effect playing and then slow-mo the entire thing and then show the slap. Just show me the fucking slap unedited, no fucking phase montage editing or sound effects going on beforehand. Show me the slap, then you can go back and slow-mo it and add effects if you want to. But don't leave me, you know, blue-balled for a little while waiting for the slap, anticipating it like a jump scare. Just show me the slap. It's supposed to be a fucking sport, not a goddamn anime music video.
Держите, на штаты.
It's better here they let it play out. I could do without all of the background sound effects and stuff because it takes away from really hearing the impact of the slap. And this wasn't really a slap. Vasily mainly just used his arm like a caveman's club and blunt forced him down. He didn't even slap him. He got him with his entire forearm. So not exactly what I'd expect from Vasily, who has shown that he slaps like a madman. It's a little disappointing, and I think he just missed. It wasn't on purpose, but it wasn't a great slap. Still knocked the shit out of the Synthol Saint, but overall just a little disappointing. I do like, however, that you can see Kirill being very, very scared and nervous after he slaps Vasily. I think he was hoping to just one-hit KO him, and when it didn't happen, he knew he was about to get fucking punished. Just look at these facial expressions. This looks like a kid that took a cookie from the cookie jar and knows his parents are about to discipline him. Introducing the supervillain of this new anime arc in the Vasily Kamatsky manga. This actually looks genuinely like someone that would be the anti-Vasily. This looks like it could be his arch nemesis and his rival. This guy puts up a remarkable fight. His palms are like the kryptonite to Vasily's cheek. He genuinely damages the shit out of Vasily throughout the course of this.
Отлично.
Now, as you just saw clearly on the knob top, the first round clearly goes to the black-shirted boy Wonder. He's the only one that landed a clean shot there. I also don't really like how the judge keeps pointing out that he's slapping Vasily's ear. It's really hard to not hit Vasily's ear when his beard makes his face look much bigger than it is. It's hard to deduce where the beard starts and the face ends. It makes it hard. So obviously some fingers are going to be grazing the ear, and all of Vasily's shots hit the ear anyway, and they don't penalize him. So I don't appreciate the favoritism there. But it's very obvious who wins this first round. Vasily completely misses and damn near slaps the nipples off of this man instead of hitting him in the cheek. But that's not Vasily's fault. This guy took an illegal stance. He's hunched over the table. His shoulders are poking out, so it makes it really hard to get a clean shot because he's hitting the shoulder. Going for the cheek, he's going to hit his shoulder with the way he's turtling like that. It should be against the rules to hunch over that badly because it makes it hard to slap the cheek squarely. So you should be forced to stand up with decent posture like Vasily does.
Можем остановить. У вас сотрясения не будет?
Попадание вот сюда.
That's a much harder round to score. Both had pretty clean shots on the other one. I'd have to give the edge there to the black shirt man again. His just had a lot more of a sonic boom that really resonates with the crowd. You could feel the vibrations even through your computer screen with a lot of force behind it. Vasily winded up real far back. He was like an owl's head turning all the way around with his back. He winds it way up, comes full across, but he doesn't get like a full range of palm usage. He only really gets the heel of his hand. And I think that's a big problem with slapping tournaments, at least from what I've seen. A lot of people kind of curl their hand back and just get them with this heel, and that's more or less just kind of punching them lightly. It needs to be an actual slap. It needs to have a complete one of those bad boys, not one of those. That's boring. That's not as fun, and it's a lot less effective, I imagine. So that round I'm gonna have to give to the black shirt guy. That's only the second good shot from Vasily during the match here, and it's a fucking banger right there. You can see on his face, he immediately feels it. He could feel the soul slipping away from his body. He wanted to pass out, but his willpower was too strong. It was a fucking great shot for sure.
Да, снизу я бил.
So that's the end of the tournament. I believe it was ruled a tie, and I have to agree with that. I mean, they both got money, so I'm assuming it was a tie. I'm really not sure, and I think that's a fair call. At the end, they interview Vasily. He's like, I had in like all the audience members up on stage crowding around. And then he's like, yeah, we're trying to make this a sport. We'll try and think of some rules. So here, I'm going to offer you some rules to make this better. Because let's be honest, this was a step back from the first one. I didn't care for it as much. Vasily's the only thing that really carried this. The format was shit. It just wasn't very well organized. Step one, there should be no audience members on stage. It should just be judge, referee, medic, maybe the victim's family that Vasily's about to kill, so that way they can be there and get ready to organize the funeral once Vasily knocks them the fuck out. And that should be all it should be on stage. It should be a pretty clear stage, so they have room to breathe, room to move around, and not all that like high school fight circle garbage they have going on in this one. The next thing they should do is they should have it so that way you have to have good posture, no hunching over to kind of protect yourself and tucking your face in, because that makes it hard for them to be hit. And I think that's what made Vasily miss a few of his shots. That needs to be another rule. Another big rule needs to be a straight hand. If you curl your wrist back like that, that should be an automatic disqualification. not only is this just not fun to listen to or watch, it's also a lot more dangerous. So a straight palm like this is a lot more fun and a lot better for the sport overall, I'd say. And as for the last and final rule, stop over-editing it. Jesus Christ. Just let the slapping do the talking for the most part. You don't need... They had like some jester that kept coming in and cracking jokes at the contestants, but they were really shitty jokes, so the contestants just got kind of mad. I don't blame them because they were bad jokes. Just let the contestants shit-talk each other and slap each other. You don't need some hype man there making it uncomfortable and making it take longer. I feel like they padded for time just to make the video longer for YouTube revenue. I don't really know, but a lot of it seemed unnecessary and out of place. There's a lot of room for improvement. The sport is still young. If you need me to judge slapping tournaments, I'll judge them. I mean, I've got a keen eye for slapping talent, what is and is not allowed. And I think this has a very bright future. Vasily is still the king in my eyes, even though this ended in a tie. It was still exciting. Fucking love slapping tournaments. That's it. See ya.